with the focused attention of someone who had been looking forward to this meal. He did not look like he belonged in Harlow's steakhouse, not to Brandon Collier. Brandon walked directly to the table. "Sir, I am going to have to ask you to leave. We have a dress code at this establishment. Formal collar, dress trousers, appropriate footwear. I am afraid what you are wearing does not meet our standard." Walter looked up slowly. His eyes were dark brown, clear, and entirely calm. "Is that right?" he said, not a question. "I don't make the rules, I simply enforce them." A woman at the next table looked up from her meal. A couple near the window stopped their conversation. Diana stood near the service station with her hands clasped, saying nothing, because she had worked in restaurants long enough to know when something was about to go very wrong. Walter set his menu down on the table, slowly, precisely, the way a man handles something that belongs to him. "I would like to speak to the owner," he said. Brandon smiled the way people smile when they believe they have already won. "The owner is not available, but my word in this restaurant is final. I am going to have to ask you one more time." "I'll have the ribeye," Walter said. "Medium, roasted potatoes, and a glass of the Napa Cabernet, the 2019 if you still carry it." The dining room went completely still. Brandon stared at him. "Excuse me?" "The 2019 Cabernet," Walter repeated pleasantly. "I added it to the wine list about 4 years ago. Thought it paired well with the ribeye. I am curious whether the kitchen still does it justice." He looked up at Brandon with those calm, clear eyes. "Now, would you like to bring me my menu back, or would you prefer to keep standing there? If this is hitting different already, drop a comment right now. And if you are not subscribed yet, hit that button before part 2 drops. See you on the other side." Brandon's monthly salary. He was the regional director of Harlow's parent company, the man who signed Brandon's performance reviews, approved the annual budget, and had on 2 occasions personally recommended him for a raise. He was not supposed to be here tonight. He was walking directly toward table 7. "Mr. Hayes." Marcus reached the table and extended his hand. "I am so sorry. I came as soon as I got your message. I had absolutely no idea you were planning a visit in person." Walter shook his hand. "Unannounced visits tell you more than scheduled ones." "Of course." Marcus turned to Brandon. His voice was completely even, which somehow made it worse. "Brandon, this is Walter Hayes. He founded this restaurant in 1987. He owns this building. He owns the company that employs both of us. He owns, among other things, the wine list you were about to prevent him from ordering from." The dining room was absolutely silent. Brandon Collier stood very still. The color drained from his face slowly, not all at once, but steadily, the way water leaves a bathtub, until there was nothing left. His mouth opened, closed, opened again. Walter was looking at him with no anger, no satisfaction, no cruelty, just those same quiet, patient eyes. "I built this restaurant with my own hands," Walter said. "Chose the first tablecloths, trained the first kitchen staff. For 37 years I have watched this place be something people are proud of." He paused. "I came in tonight dressed like this on purpose, because every few years I need to know whether the people running my restaurants are doing it for the guests or for the suit." He let that sit for a moment. "You failed that test tonight. Not because you enforced a dress code, but because you did it loudly, in front of 40 people, to a man you had already decided did not matter." He picked up his menu. "I would like my dinner now, please." Marcus placed a quiet hand on Brandon's shoulder and guided him away from the table. Diana stepped forward, took Brandon's place, and smiled at Walter Hayes the way someone smiles when they have spent 6 years in a restaurant and understand, better than most, that the people who appear to matter least are very often the ones who matter most. "The 2019 Cabernet," she said warmly. "I'll have it right out for you, Mr. Hayes." He looked at her. "Thank you, Diana." She had worn her name tag every single shift for 6 years. It was the first time an owner, or a manager, had used her name without being prompted. Walter Hayes did not need to walk into that restaurant in old clothes. He had earned the right to walk in wearing anything he wanted. He chose to do it that way because he understood something that took most people a lifetime to learn, that the way we treat people when we believe they cannot benefit us is the truest measure of who we are. Brandon did not lose his job that night. Walter Hayes was not that kind of man. But Brandon sat alone in his office after closing, replaying every word he had said at table 7. And for the first time in 3 years, he was genuinely and completely uncertain that he had been right. That uncertainty was the beginning of something better, because the world is full of Walter Hayeses, quiet people, unhurried people, people in old shoes with clear eyes and more history in their hands than most of us will carry in a lifetime. The only question is whether we will see them before the lesson arrives to make us. If this story hit you, drop a comment and tell me which moment got you the most. Drop your city too. Hit subscribe, turn the bell icon on, and tell me what story you want to hear next. I will see you in the next one.